Today we will try a bubble paste spam team, so a lot of defensive cards, and the charm bubble paste has been applied to pretty much every single one of them. As you can see, bubble maker with bubble paste gives you a bubble right away, so that is 60 damage effectively, and I have done that for all of my Axies. Heart of the Ocean on the front lane, calcium armor on the front lane, Heart of the Ocean on the mid lane, back lane is obviously Bloodlust. So that's the team that we will be running today, just to have a bit of fun, experiment with something different, and let's jump into our first game. But before we do, the sponsor of this video is Kairi and Terra. Now, Kairi and Terra is a quality-driven Japanese ACG culture NFT game based on the BSC network. The project doesn't only focus on play-to-earn experience, but the main focus is to provide players with experiences through interactions within the game, while also having some income benefits with a new play and earn approach. The team has recently released gameplay footage, so let's have a look at that. The game consists of Celestials, which have different rarities such as uncommon all the way to a myth, and each Celestia wields a unique power, and the equipment and skills of a Celestia can be customized by the players. Within the game there are also attachable actions divided into skills and spells, and players can upgrade and customize those actions, and they also have rarity. And lastly, we have equipment that expands combat strategy and in-game content. Make sure that you join the Discord server of Kairi and Terra. The link will be down below in the comment section as well as in the description, and they are also having a Grand Terra Pre, an activity event which is only available in their Discord. And lastly, and most importantly, there will be a second pre-sale event at the end of June. Make sure you don't miss that and mark your calendars. Again, thank you to Kairi and Terra for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the action. And it looks like we have hit a jackpot. Now, why do I say that? This team that we are facing is running a triple mini legion. They want to put out as many of those little flying objects as they can fit. So what do we want to do with that? What we want to do is go for the bubble maker, we want to go for another bubble maker, and then we want to go for a carrot, I think. Actually no, I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna get rid of my cards, and I could go for the Oran. I should have went for the Soul Star. That way I would have killed all of them. Oh, that is very misplayed. But I am stacking quite a lot of bubbles, and this is targeting the furthest one. So I will kill the Robin, and those two are left on just 20 health. So if I can attack with one of these two, they will all die. So that should be okay, as long as my front lane doesn't die, and it really shouldn't. 550 health should be enough to keep you alive for one more round, but that was a big misplay. I should have went for the Soul Star. I didn't realize that my front lane did have two bubbles, and I would have killed all of those Mavises and Robins, and my opponent would have been in deep trouble. Now what he can do is double talk my front lane, but I don't think that he wants to do that, simply because he wants to apply as much damage as he can, and if you attack the double talk or the sleep, then you will be removing that sleep. So he does play quite a lot of cards still. That's because of the Mavises, and let's see what else can we do. Oh, what is the best play here? I think bubble maker on my mid lane, so that I have a bubble, and then we go for a lamb. That way I kill all the Mavises, and I put a Robin as well. I should have played the Robin before the lamb. That way I would have dealt a little bit more damage to that front lane. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. I think we are still on track to win. Still have the risky fish. That means I should be able to make use of that bubble bomb from the front lane. Let's see what else my opponent comes up with. He is spamming my deck with those blackmails, which is never helpful. Again, a lot of post fights that are dealing a hefty amount of damage. And I do get myself in a bit of a trouble. Now that is a lot of damage, 80 and 60 to the rest of them. I did play the back lane, but I can't play the Oranda because this target is sleepy. Now he should only have 3 energy, so he already used the triple post fight. If he's not too lucky with his card draw, then my back lane shouldn't really die here, and it should be safe. And then I can use the rest of my cards to create some more bubbles and to try and deal that extra damage. But again, he's playing the double blackmail, so my card draw is really limited. Terrible, terrible, but what can you really do? I'm gonna go for the double blackmail, and I'm gonna go for the double sponge as well. Try and make that backlane survive as long as it can. 260, maybe he doesn't have enough to kill me just yet, but what he does have is those double talks, and he does have those kestrels, which weaken me by a lot. But now he's back to those Mavises, and he's back to those Robins, so he can't really kill me there because he simply doesn't have the cards to do that. Now what I can do is try and go for the kill right here. Unfortunately, my backlane didn't draw a damage card, therefore I can't really go for a kill. But what I can go for is a bubble bomb twice, and that way I kill the front lane and I kill that little Mavis, and the mid lane and the back lane has received some damage as well. Let's hope for some revenge cards, and let's hope for no double talks, because my back lane already has triple bubble bomb, and I really want to be able to use that. So just one damage card like the carrot, like the lamb, should be able to do it. He does go for the eggshell, and he probably does have another eggshell. My backlane is taunted, so he would have killed that anyway. And let's see whether I have enough to take this down. I can go for the lamb, and I think that's going to be my best play. Actually no, bubble maker first, and then I'm going to go for the lamb. That way I kill the Robin, and I kill this mid lane too, and this should be an easy game from here on out. His backlane only has 43 health, so we can see how this bubble based team with those bubbles is killing all of those summons. Even though he did have a triple mini legion, all of those summons had 48 health. My team is a heavy counter to that team, because he simply can't deal with that. There's no counterplay. Let's go for the Shoal Star. Actually, we don't have to, it's just a win. So that is great news, and we are still in Tiger 4, so let's jump into one more game for this episode. This time we are playing versus something a little bit different. Bumpy at the front on an Aqua, and then we have 2 weird looking beasts. This one has the Reckless Hunter, this one has the Fury. Now let's see what we can do right here. I think I'm gonna go for a Bubble Maker. That is a lot of damage that I just dealt with that bubble bomb. Hopefully he doesn't have any heals. I mean, effectively that Shoal Star dealt what, 120, 170 damage overall, so that is just great. A lot of shield as well. He's playing some shield as well. Now let's hope that I get some sponges. That is not the case, but what I do have is an Oranda for the back lane. So that Fury completely gone. Nowhere to be seen, and let's call that a day. I think my opponent is going to be a little bit upset with that. Losing 9 Fury stacks is never fun, but it is what it is. That's why I like playing that Oranda. One with targeting, the other is without targeting, so only a mid lane stacking buff Axie will counter me. Other than that, it's fine. Goes for the Chubby, probably with the bleed option. That's the best charm that you can put on a Chubby. A lot of value there. Goes for the Ronin, hits me for 148, dealing 20 more damage from that. Let's go for the Blue Moon first, with the Bubble Bomb. Then let's get rid of Oranda and Little Robin. And we do go and get a risky fish. Now I'm not sure whether I should go for the risky fish or for the sponge. I think risky fish is a little bit better because I want to make use of those bubble bombs while I still have them. Now it's getting a little bit interesting. 142 health on the back lane of my opponent, 72 on the front lane. Only 2 energy left. Not sure if he can kill me unless he has nutcracks, which he has stacked before, or unless he has a retained tiny dino. That's not enough to take me down. 104 damage. He has one more card to use. And he goes for the risky beast. 92 damage. And let's see what we can make out of that. He goes for the cottontail, so he will have enough to take me down, unfortunately. No, he does not. He goes for the Mavis. So that's not enough. Now, I should go for double lamb, probably. I'm gonna go for the bubble maker. And then I'm gonna go for one more bubble maker. And then I'm gonna go, okay, the Nemo. And then double angry lamb is enough to take down the front lane. And also damage the back lane quite heavily. Unfortunately, my front lane will probably go down with 2 bubble bombs. The opponent does go for a chubby. 300 health in total on my opponent's Axies. The mid lane does take increased damage by 10%, so he shouldn't have an issue clearing that one out. He already used the cottontail, so there's no way for him to get extra energy. Now, if we do throw that carrot, we should be able to finish that mid lane of his. I think the bleed from a chubby is applied for too many rounds, in my opinion. I could go for the Aranda again. And I think I have to go for the Aranda. Actually, no, let's go for Blue Moon. And then I can go for the carrot as well. I think I have to go for that, and then I go for the Aranda, so he doesn't have his Fury. And as long as I don't die here, within 3 cards I should be able to take this game down. 94 health with 2 bubbles should be enough. He does go for 8 Fury. Revenge card doesn't help him. Imp, 9 Fury stacks. Tiny Dino doesn't do it. He's gonna be left on 9 Fury stacks, and let's see what kind of cards can I draw. Okay, so it's probably just an Aranda play that kills it, and then carrot, and we do take this beast team down. Got a little bit close towards the end, but a fun team nevertheless. Just spamming those bubbles, having a lot of AoE, it's definitely effective versus some of the summon teams that you can see. I have messed around with it a little bit, a couple of games, but you can see that this team can be effective. It probably won't get you to like the top rankings, but it is a fun little team that you can pick up quite cheaply because the aquas are not expensive. And if you guys have enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily playthrough and content, and I will see you in the next.